All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching a Diamond 4 DPS on PC playing Bastion and Soldier. And they say, I believe this to be an example of Overwatch 2 matchmaking in its prime. No fault given to any of my teammates, but to sum it up, me and the Moira were the only Diamond players on my team. Now, with the rank shown in the same matchup, everyone else was gold. To specify, my tank was gold 4. Again, I don't blame him at all. But I can't expect a gold 4 tank to compete with a Diamond 3 tank, but I do believe he did okay in providing space for us, given the circumstances. Which, again, good perspective to have sometimes when you get those games, because, but you'll get a game with, somebody, where the matchmaker puts you in there, and, it's not the same rank, but the people get mad at the person's not playing at the same, rank that you expect. It's well, that's why there's, different ranks. It's not gonna be that way, so, I'm glad you have that perspective on that, because it means that you're not gonna be just, super tilted the whole time on that one. I normally don't play Bastion or Soldier. I am an Ashe and Cassidy kind of guy, but I'm branching out to different hit scans. I played fairly decent, I believe, but I'm always in that mindset that I am the best player in the lobby, even though most of the time I'm not. Thanks to watching your YouTube channel, I finally climbed out of the abyss known as Plat, and now I'm consistent in Diamond and would like to climb to Masters, but this game happened to be my Diamond 3 rank up game, and I firmly believe that the Overwatch gods want me back in Plat. I have consistently hit Legend in Stadium using just about every DPS, yet I'm struggling still in Diamond. I get the playstyle is different, but I don't get it at all. LOL. Any tips or tricks would be greatly appreciated. I love your content with a chill vibe. I just like to tune in to relax and hang out and have a good time. All right. I will do my best here to see what we can do to help you. All right, so we have a Bastion on Ruins. This should be interesting, to say the least. Ruins is a very sniper-heavy map. You're playing against a D.Va, BAP, Ashe. We'll see. All right, going up on high. Some good spam. So I want to kind of give you a little bit of an idea here. So it's Ruins and you're on Bastion. The problem with it is, with this map, is exactly this. Is that I want you to kind of look at the angle you're at. You're kind of stuck here. What you need to do is you need a path differently. Stop trying to take this side for now. Let your queen establish that position. What you could do is kind of angle yourself this way a little bit more after you get healed up, and then try to just deny this angle for now. But yeah, Ruins is a tough map. It's hard to take this angle if they have a sniper. If they don't have a sniper, it's a little bit different, but this can go down a hero selection on this map. So you notice how you're just stuck there? I know you mentioned that your tank was in gold too, and they, you didn't expect them to do all that stuff, but that wouldn't even be even if it was a tank issue, which you didn't say it was. Look what you did right there. Nothing. You couldn't get anything going. You're just kind of stuck at the corner. So you got to be really careful of that. I would switch heroes right now. If you're gonna, yeah, this is correct decision. Soldier again will have a little bit of a struggle here, but not as bad as Bastion. And this goes back to map selection, right? If you have this map pop up and you go, okay, I want to play Bastion, I wouldn't play it on Ruins. Now, again, I'm sure there's a Bastion player who say they win on Ruins all the time, and if you have a styles that can work for this map, great. I find that it can be difficult with those sight lines to get anything going if you play a hero like that. Good pick on the Tracer there. Good job taking the angle on the left side. So, yeah, this is great. Now you can do more range. Now you're taking the angle here. A little bit of a note, I do this sometimes too when I've minimized it. Your healing station, dropping it as I'm going to heal a station and shoot. Sometimes you can change it up a little bit, all right? Taze, thank you for the prime. So thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, being aggressive. So much better on Soldier after you made the swap. Obviously, Bastion didn't go as well, but Soldier now is really going to be just playing that hide-and-seek style and run around all the time. I talk about it all the time with Soldier 76. It's just basically the hide-and-seek play style is the way to do it. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like this is on you, being too aggro up here. This isn't the hide-and-seek play style I'm talking about. This is you trying to take a duel. Now, your teammates are here, but they're here a little bit late. So what you would normally do is play a little bit further back here. So that way you have the timing to know when your teammates are here. If your teammates are here, you can stay up here. But you kind of put yourself in a bad spot there and force your teammates into rough spots too to try to save you. So again, one thing I don't want to get players not to play aggro after winning the team fight. I just want you to think about your fallbacks and where to start. If you play too aggro and you give them a trade, that's the worst thing you can do in that situation. Ruins is a great map for kind of slow playing a little bit and playing angles. After you get the point, why run up to their team and give them a free pick? Now you give them a free pick, you've given them the point for free, and what could be at the very worst, a 50% to 50% score now is 55% to 28%. You're already, you know, getting into last fight territory. You have a lot of ultimates coming up here. Actually, no, you don't. Their team, actually, everybody has ults. It's gonna be an ult domino. So, like, now you gotta find an opening again. Well, is running it down middle here with your teammates gonna work as much? Probably not. You might have to take a different angle. There you go. Now you're thinking about doing that. Now, here is where you'll play the hide and seek part. And this is why I call it hide and seek. You're gonna pull pressure, okay? You wanna pull pressure. So what you need to do is shoot at them, pull the pressure, and then peace, right? That's how you wanna do it here. If you stand here the whole time, they will turn and kill you. What you wanna do is make them look at you and then run away. Then wait a couple seconds, do it again. If they start to gravitate towards you, use your mobility to rotate all the way around, and now you've put them in bad positions. It clears up space for your teammates this way, and you're in a good spot. We'll see what happens, see how you play it, but let's go. They haven't looked at you yet, but you're doing the right thing. Okay, I want to point out bad cooldown usage. You were at 249 HP, and you put a healing station down to heal up for 1 HP. Good job staying here, though, when they're not looking at you. There's the Tracer. Get the health pack. That is the correct decision. Now try to force out the cooldown and then run. You should have ran a little bit sooner, by the way. Yeah. So here's the way to do this, by the way, in that 1v1. Again, it's all perspective. I will take duels with the Tracer in a 1v1. But once you force out that recall, you're already in a good spot. So why sit there, take that duel, and then end up doing what you're doing to begin with? What I do in that situation is the moment I see that I'm going to force out recall, I peace. I force them to either have to chase me with no cooldowns, or I reposition myself into a good spot. Then you end up with your team. Then you can go for a play. Step 1 was correct. Step 2 felt like you were a little bit ambitious there, and then you end up losing the team fight. So again, let's try to get you in the mindset of more of that hide and seek play style. Again, to give you an idea, I think this season in like, I think my soldier in top 500 has like a 70% win rate. And a lot of that is that play style, and I still finish with a ton of damage. So the point I'm making is when you get good at this hide and seek play style, it is very high damage, and it's also good survivability. Not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's the best for survivability, but it's not the worst either. You'll probably end up kind of in the middle of like that death count sometimes. But like, it is so good at frustrating their team. And then a good example of that, you notice how when you were there and they weren't looking at you, you had all day long until that Tracer came for you. So I wanted to point that out too for you, is that like, it was working. So keep trying to apply that. Now you're on, okay, in hindsight now, I've realized that this map for your hero pool, just in general, Ilios is where I struggle sometimes, because I don't have the best, I would personally play on this map, Tracer, but I know they nerfed Tracer recently. And again, I'm not trying to get you to change your hero pool. I'm just saying, like, this map can be tough for Soldier also because of all of the cover. You notice how there's so much cover? So you're basically forced to this location, this location, this location, this location. Now, that's a lot of Ilios, but sometimes you want to be able to control more. You want to be able to push through here, but, like, this isn't good for Soldier, right? Like, if you end up here, you're not in a good spot. Tracer allows for that. But if you find yourself struggling on this map, that could be why. Thankfully, their Ashe is going to be in the same spot. You have no healing stations. I feel like your healing stations have been a little bit rough, but I did miss when you popped that one, so I'm not going to overanalyze that one. Yep. Now you drop a healing station. Yes, when you're at a lower HP. There you go. Yep. Cover usage is pretty decent. Okay. I need you to take an angle again. No, you don't. Never mind. I would have liked to see... I was going to say I would like to... no. You can take this angle. Because if your teammates are all over here, you're going to have 4 people here. I actually think you and your Cassidy can be, like, really tough to deal with. So I actually think you should relocate your sprint very quickly. End up here. Shoot at this D.Va to take the angle away from the Roadhog. If the D.Va doesn't look at you, you demech them, or you get free kills in the back line. You can catch the Ashe out of position here, too. So don't stack over here. I actually think you going over here with your Cassidy would be super advantageous for your team. If the D.Va tries to fly across to you here, you can rotate out back to your team, rinse and repeat. Do you see this? You see how you have rotational, like, plays that you can make there? I want you to get in that mindset. I'm telling you, it will go really well on Soldier. Because your whole team's here. Everybody's looking in the same direction as you, so you're going to take way more poke. Good life weaver pedal, though. That ended up working out. Oh, good pedal again. And some good shots. Be careful here for a second. All right, good job. A little bit of a... Just a note, if you don't know this, when you walk over a health pack, it will cleanse the Ashe dynamite. Just want to point that out. So if you're ever like, I know some people do this, and I've seen it before. I know you didn't do it there, but it's just a good example to make. I've seen some people wait to get the health pack because they're afraid that they want to get their HP back because it will keep ticking. If you are Ashe Dynamited, it will cleanse it. So you will get rid of the Ashe Dynamite. It will stop doing damage. So you just grab the health pack and you're good to go. So if you ever like are wary of taking a health pack during that, don't be. It will get rid of all that stuff, and then you're good to go. Okay. Staying up on high ground. For perk selection, it's all preference. I actually, believe it or not, I don't take this perk as much because it's a good perk, do not get me wrong. And I want to point this out. If you're, your positioning was fine. Honestly, the window here was just good shots by Ashe, good window by Bap. I mean, I want to say it's a good window. The follow-up isn't as good, but it worked for what it was supposed to do. I use the other perk because my muscle memory on Soldier 76 is so team first that I always put my healing station down. Well, what's the problem with putting my healing station down? There's no healing station when you take that, So what I end up doing is I go to put my healing station down and I pop that cooldown. So I just, you know, I'll take my 20% sprint and reload while sprinting. Especially with the playstyle that I play, right? That hide and seek one kind of fits my playstyle a little bit more too. But that goes to show you that, you know, in some characters, perks can be playstyle preference, right? Which is cool. All right, hopefully one day all the perks reach that level of playstyle preference more than just like this is the must pick. Kelly, thank you for the 2 months of the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it, Kelly. And ooh, thank you for the 2 months of that Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Also, you see how, Chad, you see what I was talking about earlier where like this type of map can be rough for Soldier at times? Do you see where like this Soldier's play is almost kind of at the mercy of how their team plays? Like you can't really get any, there's not many open spots for you when you're on Soldier. And with you being on double hit scan especially, which is the nice flank though. Good kill. You're gonna get killed here in a second probably, but oh no. Okay, you did. This map and you having a Cassidy, you end up in the same spots a lot of the time. So you can't really, it's really hard to find playstyle. That's why like a Tracer or a Genji is recommended here. I mean, heck, you can get away with like heroes like Echo, you know, play around the outsides. There's just a lot of heroes that you can make work. So, yep. So we'll see. Yep. Okay, now you're hiding. All right, good job. Getting the kill. Okay, when I say good job getting the kill, the only thing I don't want you to do is run in a straight line. I thought you would have been fine if you kind of just like angled yourself, but at the same time, I guess, where's their BAP at? Am I losing it? Oh, wow. Ha, you got annihilated. Holy crap. Yeah, I was looking for him. I was like, I didn't know they're this high up. You got destroyed. Damn, good play by BAP. Never mind, you're fine. Hey, this is good play by BAP. Nice shots. Okay, what's your choice now? Are you making a hero slate? No, you're just sitting there. Okay.
Step right up. I'm really feeling the heat.
I'm gonna pause. If you ever feel lost in this map and you keep doing the same thing, don't be afraid to go up these stairs, follow this pathway, take this high ground here, and be annoying from this angle for a little bit. It gives a different perspective. It's not the strongest angle, but it definitely gives the other team something to think about, and you can get some free picks. Like if you were up here, because if you end up here, your whole team's here, right? But if you end up here, a little bit more to work with. So don't be afraid of pathing differently too, rather than do the same pathing where you end up where that Roadhog is. All right. I can't really comment on Soldier ults because my Soldier ultimates are used as voice line ultimates more than anything else. I do it for the voice line to get the other team scared of my ult. Okay. Picking up the kills. He's in a 4v5. Oh no. You just really start blasting sometimes, don't you? You just start hitting that button. I do like that you're taking an angle. You don't have to overtake the duel. Remember the hide and seek. That Tracer, okay. The best way I explain this sometimes, and it doesn't have to be like this all the time, by the time that Tracer goes for you again, they shouldn't see you. And they don't, right? Tracer good here? I don't know what's... That helmet is a lot larger than I remember it being. Holy crap. I don't even know if Tracer's going to be able to find you in any anyway. Oh, there's Tracer. There you go. Took me a bit. Okay, anyway, back to the... There we go. There you go. Okay. Taking the angles. Nope. Bad path, and you're gonna run right in front of their team. I don't want to see you ever, and I'll do this too. So, but a good reminder for me: don't run in front of their team to rotate. That's an easy way to go, like, fall over. Like, don't do that because you could easily fall over in that situation. Watch over. You know they have pulse bomb, so play around that. Pulse bomb in front of you soon. Oh, nice kill. Thankfully, the Tracer did not use pulse bomb, and you're good. Again, you don't stay in the same spot for too long. I'm telling you, like, I know you want to always finish the kill. One of the easiest ways to finish the kill as Soldier is to reposition so they're not just shooting at you. Thankfully, your team wins this. Again, I think this is also map selection. I think you're going to end up on your best possible map coming up, and even then, I'm a big, huge fan of it. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, sit on the high. Good location for now. For now, keep in mind, this is going to be one of those. This is one of those frustrating duel locations where, like, you basically end up. There you go. Yeah, you did the right thing to try to just reposition. Get a health pack, play around it. Remember, don't end up in the same spots all the time. Because, like, yeah, it's just so easy. If I play against a Soldier who just stays in the same spot over and over again, ends up being a free kill. Even as D.Va, like, I can just wait for, like, you to go to that same spot for like 2 times in a row, and then I'll just burst you down immediately and either force out a cooldown like a lamp. This is much better. I love the angle you're taking. You're not, sitting next to your team. You're sprinting. Not as much as I would like, but you are sprinting. You take the pedal up. Take the pedal up. Yes, there you go. Take the duels. This is the way to do it for now. I don't mind you popping that early if you feel like you need to. Yes, and I agree where that is something that you did pick up on that I can agree with, that, like, it feels like when they finally tunnel a target, their movement gets worse. Movement could definitely be worked on. Soldier already has, like, an unforgiven, like, movement hitbox. I don't know how to explain it, but you ever notice when that, like, whether you're watching a bronze game or a top 500 game, Soldier's movement always looks like the Soldier's, like, just running in a straight line and, like, their monitor turned off? There's not many heroes in Overwatch that have that, but Soldier 76 is one of them. It always just looks like your monitor's off. It just, I don't know how to explain it. Position's key. Thanks, now you won't be able to see it. Oh, I'm telling you, you'll see what I'm talking about when you see a Soldier. Oh yeah, I mean, movement can still definitely be worked on. I'm just saying, like, okay, taking the high, this is fine. Okay, I do want to get you out of the habit of this. You did it once, and I said good job, but I've seen you do it like 3 or 4 times since. You need to stop, like, just popping your cooldown without really having too much information. I know there's a BAP here, and you might have saw the BAP, but I think that, like, something you can do with this ability is almost use it as a, and I guess, like, you didn't do this with your healing station either, so it's not a good example. Use it as a way to finish limbs, not as a way to start them. Does that make sense? So, like, you could peek the BAP, do some damage, then pop that, so when the BAP counter shoots you, you start to get healed, and then you kill the BAP, type of thing, right? Rather than pop that and then try to get the kill right away. I think that's a better perspective to look on. I could be wrong, but I think that's how I would try to do it when I use that perk, is more to finish in a limb, not start in a limb. Like, you see you did it again. Like, you pop that with no information. Like, you're giving up, like, a 10-second cooldown without any info on why you're popping it. All right, decent sprint. Let's reset. Taking a kill if you can. Yep, good kill. So there you go. Okay, watching. Waiting for a... Also, yeah, I was gonna say it's okay to take different paths, but they backed away. Time to pop your ult. Yep, there it is. I think it would have been nice to have your... See, this is what I mean. You waste that other cooldown so much that when you actually need it, you end up just going in with your ultimate and then not having anything to go with, right? So you said use stims like... Oh, yeah, almost like Torv's Overload. It's a good way to put example. I really do think that you're just kind of misusing the timing and your ability. You're just popping it as like as an entrance way. I think you need to do it like I said. Use it as a way to finish a kill, not start a kill. The BAT played it well, but I think the Soldier is, again, positioning. It's just your positioning, your movement needs a lot of work. And again, that's fine. Like, even mine needs... I need to work on that sometimes. So your decision making right now is a lot of the same. You have the same path in. You don't sprint around a lot. You're very static in your gameplay. When you do make a play, it's very just sprint with them in a straight line and then fall over. So you got to be careful of that. Is what I'm getting at. All right. I don't think you can make it to point. I don't think anybody on your team can make it to point. Yeah. A little bit of a note. People forget about this pathway. You ready? Before this map ends, I want to show you something here. Take a left. Go through here. Try to get that way. It's just a pathway that not many people take access to, and it's like, it exists. So just remember this. And there's a health pack here too. Or if you have a mobile hero, you can technically get across this way. So I know you're not in Soldier, but I just want to show everybody that. Anyway, yeah, for you, a lot of what you need to really work on is let's get out of the habit of just popping a cooldown and then going for a kill. Get the information, use it to finish the kill. I want to see you sprint a lot more. I'm telling you right now, the hide and seek playstyle that I always bring up with Soldier 76 is so good because they never have time to settle on you. And if they get a little bit, what happens is that about the 5th or 6th time you do it, the other team just stops trying to like go for kills on you, and then you take advantage of that. And then they won't turn for you to get a free kill. Then they're scared of that again. Rinse and repeat. And then the next thing you know, you finish the game with a crap ton of damage. It may not show in the elim count, but you end up doing a lot of little things that can lead to a victory for your team. Right now, it feels like you path the same way. Pathins where you just end up going to the same spot every single time the exact same way. I want to see you move around the map more, but I think if you do that, all of what we mentioned, I think you're going to see a huge level up for you. I think you can do it. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit anything for videos, my Discord's where to do it. And if you want to watch more of these, click that little square down here. It's a good video. That being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.